Let's see what's up for you guys, Gemini. Well, there's obviously a male essence. You know, this King of Pentacles. Now he's this is about your money and your finances and your property, health, all that good stuff. And he's a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. He shows up at the very beginning of your chart. There's something about your health, Gemini. I mean, it can be that, there's this person is in your life to support you or loan you money. I'm feeling like for some of you, it is about your health. And I'm hearing different words like scoliosis and also rashes. So I don't know if any of you all have that. If you do, this of course is not for all Geminis, but it could be also abdominal and or like your digestive system. So those are just some of the things that I'm picking up right off the bat. And this guy usually means, like I said, he's an earth sign who's mastered the art of money and giving and financial rewards. It's very promising. So it could be that this person is there to support you through your time of need, or your time of crisis. For some of you, I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm just telling you what's coming up right off the bat. The card that's under that is the Eight of Wands. So this makes me feel good. This makes me feel positive. I feel like there's movement within this King of Pentacles energy. Whether it is an actual earth sign, male or female. Remember, the kings can be either. But there is some sudden news, sudden movement that's coming up for you. And this is the Eight of Wands, as you know, in typical tarot deck, the Rider-Waite and all. There's usually 8 wands flying through the air, so it means quick. Hearing of something in your through the mail, through the inbox, your inbox. A text message, a phone message. It's usually good news, so that feels very, very promising. Some of you might have put out feelers for work, and there's a bit of travel or going to training therein. And I'm hearing the word painting. So I'm not sure if some of you are dabbling in the arts and the painting, and just it feels like you have your canvas out for some of you, and you're dabbling with your paints, or it could be that you're in the corporate art world. I've been in that world before, and I loved it. So or you're going to a gallery, whether it's in your own country, your stateside, or overseas. I'm feeling like there's a connoisseur. It's one or the other. It's either you're getting your canvas out, you're dabbling with your paints and paintbrushes, you're feeling good about that, or you're actually viewing or looking or visiting, wonderful art museums by famous artists. Okay, so whatever it is, it makes me feel like you feel good about it. What's on the other side of this King of Pentacles is the Nine of Wands. So some of you have been a bit protective about your environment and about your kids and about the people around you and your own emotions as well. I'm getting that he's like, I'm steady, I'm unmovable. And that might be good in some ways, but in some ways you might be feeling a little bit like you're wanting to control a situation quite a bit. That's what's coming up for me as my knuckle just popped. I didn't mean to do that. I rarely ever pop my knuckles, and that came up just then. So if you're feeling like you've needed to control or been in control, or you don't have control, that's what's coming up in this particular card. The Nine of Wands, as you can see, he has this little thatched house, and he has everything he needs. And he's earned it. The wands are about the work he's put out in the world, and he's done a good job. So there's rewards for you. You've received rewards and some monetary gains from what you've been doing, but you're awfully protective around either that or your work or your family. I'm getting family quite a bit too, and just yourself in general. So, this is, of course, is a little fairy, and he's very intuitive. So listen to your intuition. This guy has a very stern look on his face, and he's sort of sideways looking at this fairy like, okay, what are you going to tell me? So pay attention to gut feelings that you have, because I think that they're, I think they're there to help you out. Those feelings, those angelic essences we get, spirits around us, all of that stuff that it feels like guidance, not from this earth. Pay attention to that as well, because he's side by side of this king. And so it might be too that you've wanted some projects or some things to take off, and you feel backed in a corner, or your way of doing it has not flourished or manifested as you so wanted. So you're stabilizing is what it feels like. But you're going to be getting better news. I feel like this is a positive card. I love that it is by the horned god, which is what they call the emperor in this particular deck. As you can see, he has an awfully good physique. He's in the woods. So what that tells me is he's ready for any crisis in life, right? I mean, look at him. He has these horns on. He has this hawk on his shoulder. He's carrying his bow, and the animals are very lovingly standing around him. So he's connected to nature. He's connected with all things grounded. Okay. And a minute ago, I said that pay attention to spiritual essences. Sometimes this emperor can come up as someone who has passed on, that you've known, a father, a grandfather, some male figure. This would be a male figure who has felt like he has an authoritative outlook on life, and he's guiding you. Can be an archangel for some of you. So just be open to this essence. It can be in real life. It can be a father figure or someone who's of that nature that's there for you. He's very strong in his will. And I get, when I look at this card here, this is the same as the Magician card. So this is about clarifying what you want in life, your life purpose, to be able to move on. The number one card is, of course, after the Fool. The Fool card goes out on his journey. He doesn't know where he's going. He has his knapsack on his back, and he's just like not a clue. It's like, he has a few things he can take with him. That's about it. If he needed a computer, well, he's out of luck. If he needed a suitcase or anything that were very heavy, he's just out of luck, because he's not caring about those kinds of things. So he goes along, he learns about his adventures in life, and he picks up some good ideas and good emotions and some fundamental health and body tidbits and some financial cues and inspiration with the wand, and good solid ideas with the sword. So I feel like with this being the fifth card, and I almost didn't draw it, but it was wanting to come out of the deck, that you guys are wanting to clarify your life purpose. You're wanting to clarify your own purpose of where your path is going, be it, financial or emotional. Actually, I feel like the two are tied. I feel like tied together. Your emotions might be driving your financial, your career. Pay attention to your emotions. If there's a flag that comes up around someone or a project being presented to you, and that's like a flag that says, oops, that's not a good thing. But if you feel very grounded, very solid, very comfortable with, say you're being asked out with a group of friends, and it's to someone's house, to a party, and someone asks you to go in front of others, and you're like, whoa, that caught me off guard, and I'm not really sure I want to do that. It can be uncomfortable in the moment. That happened to a friend of mine. That's why I'm bringing this up. And she was caught off guard. And of course, in the moment, you're not ready. You're not always prepared to say, oh, no, thank you, I have something else to do. Or no, thank you, I'd rather not. Because then that makes everybody uncomfortable, doesn't it? But, we have the right to say, take a deep breath and pause and say, that's so nice of you. Let me think about it. And I feel like that you may have some social invitations to come up and really discern whether they're right for you or not. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to pull some clarifying cards. And these videos are a little bit shorter for because I'm doing a 2-week beginning of the month and then a 2-week mid-month. So let's pull some clarifying cards. Well, the Ace of Wands comes up. So Gemini, there is some new inspiration for you. I feel like it's through the Magician. Whatever's going on up here with this King of Pentacles, he may be a support of you, or maybe it could be a doctor or someone to help, like I said, with your health, or someone to lean on or advise you. There's some movement forward, and there's strength around that to grow your purpose. You're not going to feel down in the dumps for very long if you do, or if you haven't, if you have. The Five of Wands comes up, so there is some need for leadership around a group or around association or around your workplace or maybe around your house. And it's, you think, well, if I'm the parent, I should be the leader, right? But sometimes just a difference of ideas it can be other relatives. Say you all are planning a family vacation or family reunion. There's different ideas of where we should go. Should we go to the Bahamas, or should we go to the mountains, or should we go to the, go look at the Mayan pyramids? What should we do? Which that would be interesting for a family reunion, but you never know, because there's so many different ideas in this particular card. So someone sort of take the leadership and say, okay, this is what we can do with, the budget we have, or if everybody wants to put in this much money, because they are talking a little bit about money right here. See the pentacle that's inside the book? So you may have that come up. Stay balanced. This is the Temperance or the Balance card is what I call it. And she has these fairies around her. So this is like the outside world, the universe coming in and helping you to balance your everyday life. This is like feeling in between two worlds sometimes. And we do, don't we? Sometimes we're like, am I here on planet Earth, or am I, sometimes people just need to feel more grounded. As an air sign, I get it. I am as well. My sun and moon are both air. And it might be a good time to really relax into that knowledge of spirituality or spirit, or whatever you call it, whatever it works for you, but yet work with the elements of the earth as well, so that you stay grounded. And there is cause for celebration. There's something coming up. This could be a graduation coming up. We're not far from high school or college graduation. It's coming up for most schools next month. It could be about friends getting together, but you know what it's feeling like to me is there is compadreship, if that's a word or not. It's probably not, but it felt right. It may have something to do with this, different ideas, and there may be some celebration and happiness, and okay, we have things coordinated now. We're ready to go. It could be a work project or something that you've been working on and you've had to deal with other people. Yay, it's finally coming out. and coming to fruition, which is what the Harvest card is. This is the same as the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is about what? All factions come to light. And, judgment comes into place of what's the Balance card is balanced. Where did she go? And the light comes up. Enlightenment comes out of what you've done. You've worked hard. You've earned the fruits of your labor. You've been through, there and back. And yet you're seeing that there's lessons well learned, and you've earned your stripes, if you will, or you've earned your happiness to enjoy prosperity through much learning and many lessons. All right, my friends. Okay, I'm going to add up the original 5 cards. And let's see what this comes to. So the King is 1, 9 is 10, 8, 18, and 4 is 22, 23. Did I add that up right? So we'll do it backwards. 1, 4 is 5, 8 is 13, and 9 is 22, 23. Yes, 2 and 3 is 5, and 3 is 5. And 5 in numerology, excuse me, I didn't mean to rock the boat here. 5 in numerology is about the feeling of unrestriction, of feeling like you can spread your wings, exploring, being adventurous, having a free state of mind. And I was talking about feeling controlling or feeling controlled earlier. So if either one of those are right for you or you resonate with, then see if you can feel like, I do have my life under control. I'm not going to be so responsive to people. I'm not going to try to hold on to situations. I'm going to relax and enjoy and be patient. Remember the Patience card? Remember her? And Temperance. My temperance is going to be even. That will help guide you. The 5 in the Major Arcana is the Hierophant card, which is the High Priest. And so the High Priest is all about teachings of, scholarly pursuits, spiritual understandings. And so, it might be too, I spoke about this, I think a little bit earlier, that some of you all might be traveling, and this could be for spiritual understanding. For some of you, it could be, or for work. Maybe you have some trainings to go to, trainings, teaching, seminars. Maybe you're putting a seminar on or some classes.